Guys, welcome back to Car Spec Garage. Today, I'm going to give you an update on the 67 Giulia Sprint GT Veloce. Let's get started. All right, guys, before I start showing you under the car, then we'll bring the car down. I'll show you the outside and the inside of the car and where we're at. I want to kind of start by telling you what I'm waiting on to get back started on the restoration. So headliner is at the upholstery shop. They're cutting it and getting it on the, getting the ring on and getting it prepared to come here and to install it in the car. So thankfully I'm not having to trailer the car somewhere to get it done. Once that's done, then I can start on getting the interior of the car put together. I think I've got all the parts and pieces minus the dash, which is in Italy, or they're making one in Italy for me right now. That'll be another video once I get more details on that. So I'm waiting on that piece, the headliner, so I can get started on that. Now, the head or the motor is another story. So we tore down, as you saw in a previous video, we tore down the motor itself and sent the head and the block off to the machine shop to get cleaned up and get new valves and all that stuff put in the car, in the head, so we can get finished on the bottom end of the build and get the motor in the car. Well, the head is in terrible shape. Evidently, this motor has sat for years and years and years and years, and the head is so pitted that we can't mill this thing down. We can't get it right. This car's got to be right. So I've got another head, I think, coming now. I'll know that here in a little while. Once that head reaches here, I'll get it to the machine shop. We'll get that one cleaned and get it prepared, and then I can get started back on the engine. But I didn't feel good trying to cut corners on the head. And so I just thought, nope, we're gonna find another one and go from there. These 1600 heads are very, very difficult to find. So the block's in great shape, nothing wrong with the block. And the crank is in great shape as well. So it was just, the head is in poor condition and cannot be saved. And I'm not going to try to force it. So there we go. All right, so let's get this camera flipped around. Let's talk about under the car, what all I've done up underneath it, and then we'll get the car lowered, and then where I'm at now with the outside and the inside of the car. All right, guys, this car is way up high right now. So let's just get started. We'll make our way around and inside and all that, and then go from there. So as you know, the brakes are done. There's the front and the back. They're installed. I put stainless steel line or braided lines in it. I've got to get, I've got to get the sway bar put in. So I've got new bushings. I'm prepared to get all that done. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. So hopefully I'll have that done in the next few days. Gas line, well, inside, as you can see, I've got all the hoses, all the new rubber gasket. Everything is done, ready to go. I even installed, well, you can't see it, but let's see if I come over here. I even installed, yeah, you can't see it, but I've got the washer bag in, and we'll show you that here in a few minutes. All right, so moving along, I've got the new master cylinder for the brakes installed. I've got all the brake lines done. Coming over here, of course, the brake line is done and the fuel line is done. And we've got the fuel line covered in foam. I used it off the old fuel line. It was in great shape just to give it some added protection. And then I've got some different mounting points for the fuel line to keep her nice and straight. I'll move over here. As you can see, it hugs way up on the body line here. And then as you can see, I've got the fuel line connected, proper fuel hoses connected, and then going in and connect it to the tank itself. So we are good there. Again, the rear brakes are done. Perfect. Everything's good on it. Emergency brakes, everything's done. The drums, the discs in it as well. I had to replace one stud on the driver's side rear. That's done. I've got something special. I'm going to ask you guys the question. I'm ordering new GTA wheels, 14-inch wheels for the car. Now, just know that all five, because I got five, all five original 15-inch wheels will come with the car. I don't want to powder coat them, and I don't want to start really spending the time trying to make these wheels right. And I really think the GTA wheels look much better on the lower fendered, lower arched cars as this one is. So I've decided I'm going to put different wheels on it. By the time I spend the money to get these done, I don't know if they're even good, if they're cracked or bent or anything. So I just decided to make an executive decision. I will give you the original wheels, the rims with it. There will be one of these that'll be in the trunk as the spare, but I'm going to put GTA wheels on the car. Coming back to the front of the car, hopefully you can see it, and we'll talk a little bit more, but the bumpers are done. They're installed correctly. Everything's good. All the front piece, we'll go over all that. But up underneath the car, I think I'm pretty much done right now until I need to work on the interior. Then we'll get the motor done, transmission, all that, get drive shaft in, rear end's in good shape. Everything's done there. So for right now, under the car, I think I am done. Oh, suspension, of course, suspension, springs, everything's done. It's all done under it, all painted. Everything looks really, really good. So yeah, so let me get this car down and let's talk about the outside, and then we'll go to the interior. All right, guys, car's down. Let's talk exterior, and then we'll go into the interior of the car, and I'll explain why the doors are off. All right, so again, I'm looking at replacing the wheels. I just think at the end of the day, the newer style wheels are gonna look better. Again, I'm gonna give you guys, whoever buys the car will definitely get the set of all five of the standard wheels and the hubcaps. So I have all that. All right, so I've got pull it back out. Let me walk around. I've got the front done, pretty much done. I've got the emblem. I just haven't put it on yet. I just want to make sure the heart's right. I may do some adjustment on it. So that's the reason I haven't put that in yet. Lights are in, side markers are in, side lights are in there in the front. The bumper is in, and it's in really, really good shape here. So the bumper's in. Side marker is done. I'm not going to take the hood off. I showed you kind of from up underneath. I do have the windshield wiper arm, motor, all that's in and plugged up. That's done. Gas cap, I've got I've got the little black tabs here. I've got the other piece here that goes around the edge. I just haven't put it in yet. I've got painted around the edge, so when I put the hat rack in, but that's the interior, so I digress. Let me see, I'm trying to stay inside the garage here, but I've got the back bumper is on. I've got the license plate. Let me just open the door here real quick so I can get a better view for you guys. So it's kind of a rainy day here. All right, so I've got the bumper done. I've got the license plate done. I'm gonna install the reverse light. That'll go in here soon. Let me come around. I've ordered the clovers for the side. Let's see. And yeah, so that is all done and looking good. Car, of course, we will have it completely detailed once everything's in, and then go from there. Okay, so why are the doors off? That's a question some people have asked. So the doors are off because I've got them at the paint shop, the gentleman that did all the buffing on my car. I've got it there. He's gonna re-spray the door jambs and all that to get them looking pristine and looking really good. So that's the reason why the doors are off. Those will be on once I get the headliner put on, and we'll talk about that here in a few minutes. I just want it to be solid, opened up, so the headliner guy can get in there and get it done fairly easy. Let's see. And that's when all the stuff will be taking place. Again, I've redone the grills, as you can see. They're painted there. This is brand new mesh inside. Everything's been, all new hardware's been reattached from behind it, so all that's good to go. They're solid. The rings fit well, the lights are in, everything's there. So that's the outside of the car. I don't think I'm missing anything. I still got to get the arches in, so I'm going to work on sanding these guys down and getting those done. The fronts, or the bigger ones, of course, I'm not doing that till I have all the lights working and everything's good, and then we'll put those in. So let's get into the interior. All right, guys, interior. All the seats are done, and I just got them in here just a place to store them, really, to be honest with you. I've got the new door cards for the front doors and the back. The leather pieces that go over the wheel arches, I've got those. Hat rack, I've got that. I've painted here, so when the hat rack lays, it's perfect. All that blacks out. It's proper. Interior, I've got, everything in the trunk. I'm polishing and working on the piece here, so that'll go in at some point. Not in a big hurry. Of course, the badge will go on the car as well. Again, not in a big hurry for that. I've got Dynamat material from beginning to the very back. All that is done. I'll put some in the doors. I've started to clean, as you can see, the courtesy or the light here. I got to clean this part here, but I've got a cool trick. Somebody told me, I'm sure a lot of y'all know this, on cleaning chrome, like old chrome or whatever. So use Windex and like steel wool, various grades of it. I've used the fine stuff, and that just really completely cleans these things up. I mean, as you can see here, I've got to clean that piece, so that'll get cleaned just as good as this right here. I just haven't done it, so that's there. The heater box is completely rebuilt from ground up. All new cables are here as well. I just bought bicycle cables, which is cool, and then you just cut them to length. It's really pretty simple. The dash here, this is just the old pad I just got sitting here, just again, storage. The old dash is being reproduced for me. So it's just, the old one is just old and torn up, and it's going to cost way too much money. I can reproduce one to be identical, and it's going to be great, and it's going to look better. Steering wheel, I have a new, another steering wheel. I say new, I always hate to say new, but I have in the box another steering wheel for it. Again, headliner, I've made some progress. I've got part of the foam down again just because I'm putting screws in everywhere so that when the headliner guy comes out, he'll be able to know exactly where the screw holes are at for the mirror and the visors and side lights and back in the back where the hinges go for the rear windows. So that's that. I've cleaned up. I'm still going to work on it some more, but I've got cleaned up the emergency brake. Again, Windex and steel wool works amazing. I've got a new steering wheel column cover. I've got one of those. And also, let me come over here. Sorry about this. Brand new lights and blinkers. This one, of course, you can see it's busted. So I've got a brand new one from Classic Alfa. That's there. I installed the new pump, and all new hoses are done as well. So we're gonna be able to have the period correct windshield washer pump in there. I'll clean this. This is your start and choke and all that. So all this will get cleaned up. I'm gonna put new cables in there as well. Pedal box. It's a work in progress. I've got all the new parts and stuff, so I'm just kind of fitting it. I've got all new carpet. Carpet is here. So that's there. And then, and then just kind of clean up the seats some. And, of course, this is all new seat covers on the seats from Classic Alfa. And that is pretty much the interior. Again, we're waiting on the motor, the head. I've got another head coming to me. I'll know for sure what day it's going to come today, hopefully. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, so that's the interior. Also, let me move this back. Got this repainted as well. So everything is going to be nice and period correct as much as possible. Again, this is going to be an amazing car for somebody that's practically brand new now. So I'm very, very, very excited to be listing this on Bring a Trailer or however it'll be sold once it's done. And then once that's done, then the green GTV, that is going to be a build you're going to not want to miss. That one it's going to be one kind of like Home Built by Jeff, what he's done with his Alfa GTV. It's not going to have a Ferrari motor in it, but it's going to keep the 2-liter motor in it, but there's going to be some special stuff on this 2-liter motor, and you're going to see what I'm talking about once we get to that build here. But I digress. Well, as you can see, this thing is loaded down with parts. And then, as you can see, again, loaded down with parts. I've got 10 hides of leather that's going to be in this car right here. It's going to be amazing. All right, sorry. So, yeah, so there we go. There's the interior. There's the exterior of the car. This is just an update on where we're at. All right, let's wrap this thing up. There you have it, guys. There's the update to the 67 Giulia Sprint GT Veloce. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed all of these videos on restoring this car. Again, the reason why I'm trying to stay as detailed as possible or as much information as possible on the car is I will be selling this one once the restoration is done. And so with that, I don't want to just give you a book that's got all the receipts and the things that I've done to the car. Oh, I do have the birth certificate for the car. That one was shipped to me out of Alfa Romeo. Of course, in Italy, I got the birth certificate for the car, so that'll come with the car. But I didn't want to just throw a book together and give you a book and say, here it is. I wanted you to go along on this journey with me on restoring the car itself, so that you will have not only a paper log of things, but you're going to have a video log of all the full build of the car. And I think that's pretty special, I think, when restoring these old Alfas. So please like, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll be updating you again soon. Once this headliner gets installed, we'll do the video on that, and then we'll start focusing on the interior and go from there. So like, subscribe, ring the bell. God bless.